This quarantine have you stressed out? Then subscribe to this YouTube channel. It might not take your stress away, but it sure will make me feel better.
Don't forget about your chance to win this Mattel's DC Multiversus Shazam action figure. All you have to do is share one of my videos. It does not matter which video you share, and leave a comment on the video that you have shared saying Shazam I shared. Also over there on my Patreon, I'm doing another giveaway for a My Hero Academia McFarlane Toys All Might. All you have to do is make a small donation to this channel of $3 to my second tier, and I'll leave a link to that in the description below as well. The contest for both the Shazam and All Might ends June the 30th, and the winner will be announced on July the 1st, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, and shipping is in the United States only as well. Good luck to you all.
Welcome to my channel. This is Serge bringing you another action figure collector's review on the Power Rangers Lightning Collections Zeo's Gold Ranger. And it's not the same Jason Gold Ranger that we got with the San Diego Comic-Con 2-pack with the Zeo Gold Ranger and the Red Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. This is the Tray of Triforia's Gold Zeo Ranger, and I'm really glad that they re-released this body because I was missed out on that San Diego Comic-Con 2-pack, but that's enough of that. As you can tell, you get the Gold Zeo Ranger staring at you through the window, and you get a good bit of accessories for that Gold Zeo Ranger, and you get a nice illustrated image of the Gold Zeo Ranger, and it wraps around the box just like all the Power Rangers Lightning Collection line does, and it looks very good. Up here at the top of the box, you get Power Rangers Zeo, and below it you get that same image I talked about right below it. And right here on this side of the box you get more or less the same image reflected. Over here at the back of the box you get a nice product shot of the Gold Zeo Ranger. Up here at the top of the box you get nothing but the tab, and down here nothing but the barcode. Let's get to it and open this bad boy up. Let's take a good look at his accessories, and first of all we're going to go ahead and take a look at these fisted hands, and boom boom, they look very good. They're your typical fisted hands that you do get with the Lightning Collection line. You get all that sculpted line work right there right below the knuckles, and you do get the knuckles sculpted in there and the fingers look nice. I do like that a lot, and we've seen those time and time again, and you definitely need those hands whenever you're throwing down with a couple of putties. And right here you get these gripping hands that we've also seen time and time again, and I'm not complaining at all that we get these. You know, they really do work very well with these figures, and just in case you lose your hands, you have extra hands that you can put on your other rangers, so that's very nice. I do like that a lot. And we'll go ahead and take a look at his little lightning effect. And a lot of the figures get this. This is another one of them wash, rinse, and repeat. Now, but this one's yellow. I think we've seen it in purple now. And it's more or less a Marvel Legends effect. But I do like it a lot. I'm glad we do get these effect pieces for most of the Rangers. Now, this right here, his little staff, I like it a lot, but I feel like mine's missing some paint. I think there should be like some silver and red in there, but you can correct me in the comments below if I'm wrong. But I really do think there's supposed to be some silver and some red around in there. But for the most part, I think the sculpt looks very well. The gold color that they use looks great. I wish they would use that on Goldar, but that's a different complaint for a different day. But I do like it. I like the black that you see in between the gold. I think it breaks it up and it looks very good. Right here, the silver looks good right there at the very end of that. And right here, you get this ridged handle right through up through here. So that's very nice. All that is sculpted ridge work. And I don't know if that design is supposed to be there as well, right up underneath that silver. Let me know in the comments below as well, because it's been a long time since I watched Zeo. I think in the 90s whenever it was released. But I like all the sculpted detail that you see in here. And that silver part, I think it looks very good, and it's a lot. You just can't tell on my camera because my camera's not that good and my lighting's not that great either. I'm hoping to upgrade sooner or later, but it does look, I mean, for the most part, it does look good in through there, all that sculpted line work and stuff. And this part is very smooth right here, this black shaft right through here. It looks very good. I like it a lot. And right there, we'll move on down to the bottom of it. And you do get this silver tip right here, and it looks very good as well. I'm pleased with that and how it turned out. But I think I'm not 100% sure, but I think there's two different versions of this staff because it came with the San Diego Comic Con. It came with two. I think this thing was like down more, and I think one didn't even have it. But this is the way he morphs, and I don't know. I don't know. I like that we got this. It's just I'm kind of shocked that we got three of these different sculpts. Anyway, that's enough of that. We'll go ahead and look at Trey's head sculpt, and it does look like the actor that plays him, and it looks very good. I like the scarring around the eye. It came out very clean, and his eyes came out very nice as well, and his eyebrows came out looking good, and his sculpted line work in his face and stuff. I think it actually does look like the guy who plays him, and I'm very impressed with that. I think this is probably the best head sculpt out of all of them, to be honest with you. It doesn't look as animated. I mean, it still does, but it's trying to basically take something that's realistic and turn it into an action figure, and sometimes it doesn't always translate well. But I mean, for the most part, this one looks very good. Anyway, the hair sculpt looks good. I do like that a lot. I'm very pleased with that. Okay, just so you can tell, here's how the tray of Triforia head looks on this figure. And it does look good, but it's a little tight on that ball, and you don't really get too much movement out of it. As you can tell, you only get a little bit of that attitude. You do get an exorcist. His head can look up, but it's very, very stiff and hard to do. But you can get him looking up, and you also can get him looking down. So that's decent. I just wish we would have had some more of that attitude or that head pivot or tilt, whatever you like to call it. Me personally, I call it the confused dog. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and look, and this Jason head sculpt does fit on this body as I would assume that it would, and it looks pretty good on here. For all those who missed out on the San Diego Comic Con 2-pack, now you have something, well, half of it, but his head does not have any of that confused dog either, so that's a little bit disappointing, but it's pretty much the same articulation as well, up, down, and then you have the exorcist right here. So, I mean, you do get good articulation out of it for some good poses and some good pictures. So, anyway, that was a good look at what those civilian head sculpts look on this body. And here he is, the Gold Zeo Ranger all morphed up and out of the box, getting ready to fight some putties onto your screen. Now, I did miss out on that San Diego Comic Con 2-pack, and that was very unfortunate, so I'm very happy to have this figure in my possession, but I won't let that cloud my judgment. We're getting ready to do his fair review in just a second. Let's take a good look at Gold Zeo's articulation. First of all, his head can look up that far, so that's a pretty good range. He can look down pretty decent amount, not too bad. He does have a little bit of that confused dog going on that side, but for some odd reason his head won't go over to the other side, so that's disappointing. He does have that exorcist going on. He's got a butterfly right there, allowing his arm to extend that far across his body, and this does get in the way of articulation. And he does have that far back with his butterfly, and his arm can extend up all the way, so that's very impressive. You do get a bicep swivel, you get double jointed elbows, you get a swivel and a hinge right there at the wrist. You get this awesome torso or diaphragm articulation, allowing you to get all kinds of range. You get a swivel in there, you get them leaning that far to that side, that far to that side, and you can get them crunching forward that far and back, that far Now, whenever you add in that second added ab crunch, you can lay him all the way back like he's getting hit in the face by some putties. So that's really good. And you can also crunch him that far forward, where he can look all the way down to his toesies. And he can split out that far, which is a pretty decent amount. You can kick forward that far. He does have a bicep swivel, double jointed knees that are very gummy, so be on the lookout for that. You can kick that double jointed knee out back that far. He does have a boot swivel, and he can lean his foot all the way down like he's a perfect ballerina. Up here, he can lean his foot that far forward, and he does have ankle rockers. That was a good look at Gold Zio's articulation. Take a good look at his sculpt and detailing. And first of all, we look at his head, and it looks very good. The sculpt work looks accurate. I like how the gold around his visor looks. It looks very good. I'm impressed with that. It's more of a gold color than what is on his armor. So that's a little bit bothersome. I wish this would have been a little bit golder, but it's molded plastic. So, you gotta take the good with the bad, like I always say. And all this through here is painted on there, and it looks very good. For the most part, it came out very clean. There are some spots in there that kind of looks like the gold is seeping through. But other than that, it's just little minor nitpicks. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but whenever I got my figure out of the box, it does look like there was some kind of rubbing or something right there, maybe some marbling, but it does. I don't really like that at all. And back here on the back, you can also tell right through here, and it's just, I don't know, it's very bothersome. This is the first Ranger that I had with a head issue, but I've seen other reviews out there where they've been slipping on their heads. So, yeah, that's a little bit bothersome. But anyway, we'll go ahead and continue looking at the rest of the figure. And these arms look good. I like the gold bands up there. And you see these gold bands in these forearm or these biceps with the Black Power Ranger. You can see them with the Green Ranger. Anything with really a dragon shield, you see it with that. So I'm okay with that. It works with this figure, so it flows very well. Now, this is more golder than this right here on the top of his gloves. I'm going to go ahead and call that a gauntlet. But I do like the sculpt and detailing in that gauntlet. I just wished we would have had some black in there as well. That would have been nice, but I do like all this through here. So that's very good. I do like that a lot. The belt came out looking very good, so I'm pleased with that. And you get wrinkling, all this wrinkling right there as pelvis, so that does look very good. Right through here, all this looks very good. You got wrinkling line work in there as well, and the gold came out looking very good. Except his knee pad's a little bit scuffed up, but I would just use my imagination and say he was in some battle damage, so that's okay with me. And right through here, it's the same. I have the same complaint with these as I did with the wrist up here or the forearms, so that's a little bit bothersome. But I mean, like I say, take the good with the bad. And you do get wrinkling around the feet. Flipping on over to the back of the figure, it's more or less the same. And these joints are so gummy. But I mean, it's not too bad where you can't work with it. It's just very gummy in the knees. But it does look very good. If you like Gold Ranger butts, then be sure to give this video a thumbs up. And right through here on the back of the belt looks very, very good. I do like that a lot. And his back of his shield did come out kind of plain Jane, but I mean, it's not supposed to be like highly detailed in the back, so I'm okay with that. And right back through here, get a good idea how it looks on the back side. But anyway, that was a good look at Gold Zio's sculpt and detailing. If you're watching this review, then you've already probably know that the Gold Zio Ranger used to be Jason. So here he is scaled up against a couple of red Mighty Morphin Power Rangers from the Lightning Collection line. Over there on his left, we have the original release of it. And over there on his right, we have my custom Dragon Shield Red Ranger. And all I did was take the Dragon Shield off of this Black Ranger right here, and I threw it on that Jason figure. So I'm very pleased with that. Now I don't have to have the San Diego Comic Con 2-pack. Now I know I'll be missing a few accessories like the two extra weapons for the Gold Zeo Ranger, the Closed Blaster, and I think the Jason's second head sculpt, but I'm okay with that. A couple of gold dudes hanging out. Here's how Gold Zeo scales up against a couple more Power Rangers from the Lightning Collection line. Over there on his left, we have the Gold Dino Charged Ranger, and over there on his right, we have the Gold Beast Morpher. Gold Zeo scales up against a couple more Power Rangers from the Lightning Collection line. Over there on his left, we have the Blue Zeo Ranger, and over there on his right, we have Goldar. Gold Zeo up against a couple of NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1990s GameStop exclusive line. Over there on his left, we have a Foot Soldier, and over there from that same line, we have the Shredder. Gold Zeo scales up against a couple of Dragon Star series action figures. Over there on his left, we have Frieza's first form, and over there on his right, we have the final form Cell. So Gold Zeo scales up against a couple of McFarlane action figures. Over there on his left, from the DC Multiverse line, we have the Batman Who Laughs, and over there on his right, from that same line, we have the Unchained Armored Superman. The scaling back over there to Hasbro. Over there on his left, we have the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Walgreens exclusive Dragon Shield Black Power Ranger, and over there on his right, we have the Marvel Legends Superior Octopus. My final thoughts on this figure. Me personally, I'm glad that they re-released this figure because I did miss out on that San Diego Comic-Con 2-pack. Now, however, I do believe that it was too early in the line on a professional standpoint to re-release this figure. I think they should have probably waited another year or two before releasing this figure to the public, but that's just on a business standpoint. Now, with the articulation, it's just like any other Power Ranger from the Lightning Collection line, especially the ones with the shields on. It does have a little bit more hindrance in the articulation around the butterflies, but you get this really cool shield to cover the body. So I'm thankful for that, and you do still get a good amount of articulation out of it, don't get me wrong. Now the paint, the gold should have been a little bit more golder in my opinion, but that's just little minor nitpicks here and there. They can, improve upon it in the future because they've showed us that they're not afraid to keep doing re-releases with this figure. And I want to say the Red Ranger, and I believe that's the only two re-releases that we've got so far. Now I do know that the 2-pack for the putties are coming out soon, so that would be another re-release right there. But let me know what you think of the figure. Let me know what you think of the review in the comments below. And as always, feel the urge to collect with Surge. If you want more action figure collectors reviews, then feel the urge to subscribe to Surge. And if you've liked what you've seen, then click that big thumbs up button. If you want to get notified of my latest videos whenever they drop, click that notification bell. If you want to see this channel grow, share with a friend. Speaking of friends, you can friend me over there on Facebook. Links to that will be in the description below. You can also follow me along on Twitter. Links to that will be in the description below. You're the imposter. No, you're the imposter.